Okay, this is Coach Des here. This is the AFC Championship game. We have the Bengals versus the Chiefs. Okay, I got a lot to say about that. How the Bengals can win this game or how the Chiefs can win this game. Win or lose, they've only played each other once. And the Bengals came out with a win. But let's look at this a little bit deeper, okay? So, as you can see, this is the Bengals offense. They have a strong passing game. They pass very well to the right. They average 10 yards per passing on per carry in the first quarter, the second quarter, and in the fourth quarter they average 15 yards per carry. But if you look at passing down the middle, we know who they go to. They average 17.7 passing yard in the second quarter. And then in the first quarter, because the teams don't know how to play them, look at that, 22.8 yards per passing carry in the first quarter, passing to the left. But what I'm worried about is, look at the sacks. Look at that. This is just 2 games worth of data, the playoff game. And you have been sacked that many times. Oh, if you don't get it together, I see 5 sacks coming out of this game on Sunday. As well as you do hold on to the ball very well, and you do not throw the ball in the coverage. You do know how to get rid of the ball. But what I am worried about right over here is that defense. Look at this defense here. Now, you beat them before. You can do it again. And I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Look at that defense passing down the middle. They give up 10 yards per carry, per passing. That's in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they give up 14 yards per passing. But the biggest one, coming out of halftime, they gave up 40.5 yards per passing, as well as in the fourth quarter, 14. So they give up almost 20 yards per passing down the middle alone. I don't like passing. I like for you to do a combination of both. But look at this sacks. They get after the quarterback, and they are going to get you twice, as well as they're going to make you fumble this ball. They're good at taking away the ball. So be careful and be aware of that. So if you want to beat the Chiefs, I say use your passing down the middle and to the left. They give up more yards passing down the middle than they do anywhere else in the board. So let's look at the Chiefs offense and the Bengals defense. So the Bengals, well, let's start with the Chiefs offense. So we got the Chiefs offense here. They love to run down the middle. But if you ever watch any of their tapes, you will know the Chiefs run to the left first, and then they pass to the left next. Or they'll pass to the left first, and then they run to the left first. That's a pattern that y'all need to break and get out of, okay? So, again, look at that. Rushing down the middle. No team is really have a strong rushing down the middle. But they do. They average 9 yards, 9 yards in the first quarter, 10 yards in the second quarter, and their average in total over the 4 quarters is 7.25 yards per carry going down the middle. They also have a great passing down. Look at that passing to the left. Okay, I'm going to show you passing to the left. Look at the second quarter. Once they get themselves together, 12.8 yards per passing in the second quarter. 16.9 in the third quarter. 24, because they playing from behind every time. 24 yards per passing in the fourth quarter. They average 14.9 overall passing to the left. When they do get like I said, it's more passing in the second quarter than they do anything. But what I'm worried about is with him holding on to the ball. Look how many times he has been sacked in these 2 playoff games. So I do see 4 sacks coming out and a fumble. Now this is where the Bengals get strong. This is how you can stop them. You got to close up that middle. Look, you give up more yards rushing right, but you ain't got to worry about that in that second quarter, because as you can see, they don't rush to the right at all. They only rush to the left, and this is where I'm worried about. You see where you're rushing to the, well, actually that they're rushing to the left is you're rushing to the right. You're going to give up those yards to them. You need to have another outside lineman over there to stop them in order to shut the offense down at the line of scrimmage. Now, I'm worried about that rushing to the middle in the third quarter. Do you see where you gave up 45 yards? And I do believe it was 2 plays. That cannot happen again. Also, passing to the right, which is their passing to the left. They're strong there. I need you to have a safety and a corner. You know who he go to. 1 safety, 1 corner, or to follow him, and then you got an outside lineman or a middle linebacker. Everybody else should be man-to-man coverage, but I would put double coverage on him, because look at what you give up down the middle passing right. Okay, in the first quarter you give up 10 yards per carry, 20 yards per carry in the second quarter, and 16 yards per carry in the third quarter. Look at passing down the middle. In the second quarter is 13 yards. In the third quarter is 30 yards. Fourth quarter is 13 yards. All you're doing is you're going to let them back into the game. Stay at the 10-yard, at the first down marker, the 2 safeties, and be ready. Okay, y'all need to communicate out there and talk to each other. Y'all have done it before. Y'all beat them before, but it was only by 3. But y'all look at what y'all did in sacks. See that? In these 2 playoffs games. So I do see him getting sacked twice. I also see him throwing 2 interceptions, because you know exactly which way he gonna go, as well as fumble. I see a fumble coming out of this. So let me come back in here and tell you a little bit more in detail as to what is going to happen in this game. So now, okay, they played each other in week 17. The Bengals won that game. They had 4 touchdowns, 155 yards of rushing, 259 yards of passing, and then their main person had carried the ball 5 times. The Chiefs has 4 touchdowns, 60 yards of rushing, 446 yards of passing, because they were playing from behind, and their main person had 11 carries. So now, let's say this. Bengals average 26.6 points per game. They give up 21.6. Chiefs average 29.6 points per game. They give up 22.2. I see for the Bengals, 86.5 rushing yards coming out of this game, and 285.5 passing yards. I see 3 touchdowns. The main person is going to have 5 catches, and his longest run will be 36.6. The longest field goal will be 44 yards, 42 solo tackles. The Chiefs will have 150 rushing yards, 388 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Their main person will have 6 catches for 25.3 yards being the longest run, and 46-yard field goal will be the longest, and 41 solo tackles. And with that being said, like I said, playoffs are completely different. I just gave you the information on how to beat them Bengals. It's up to you to execute that on Sunday. But I see the Chiefs winning this game by 3. With that being said, peace out.